Networking is the unsung hero of the digital world, the invisible web that powers everything from your smartphone to global banking. But in the cloud, the rules have changed. Welcome to Navigating the Digital Highways, a guide to Azure Networking. Forget physical cables, we're diving into software-defined networking, where global empires are built with a few clicks. Over the next 5 modules, we'll demystify everything from secure virtual networks and IP identities to high-speed connectivity, smart load balancing, and the Internet's phone book, Azure DNS. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this course is your roadmap to mastering the foundation of the cloud. Let's get started. Welcome to the world of Azure Networking, where we trade physical cables for digital code. Think of the cloud not as a mysterious fog, but as a massive high-tech skyscraper. In this building, virtual networks, or VNets, are your own private, rented floors. This space is logically isolated from everyone else, ensuring that your data isn't just floating around, but is securely locked behind digital doors. To keep things organized, we divide that floor into subnets, much like office cubicles or departments. You have your front-end subnet, which acts like a reception desk greeting the public, and your back-end subnet, which is the secure vault for your databases. Managing the flow between them are network security groups. Think of these as digital bouncers. They follow your exact rules to allow friendly web traffic in while keeping unauthorized intruders away from your sensitive information. This is how Azure turns isolated islands of data into a global, connected, and secure corporate network. Welcome to the non-techie guide to Azure Networking. To communicate in the cloud, every device needs a digital identity, known as an IP address. Think of it like a structured postal system. First, let's look at the 2 main flavors of addresses. Public IPs are your street addresses. They are visible to the whole world and are necessary if you want the public to find your website. Private IPs are for internal conversations only, like an office phone extension. They work strictly within your virtual network, keep resources hidden from the internet, and are free and plentiful. Next, we encounter CIDR notation, which is just the math behind the cloud. The number after the slash tells you how big your address book is. A /16 represents a massive network with over 65,000 addresses, while a /24 is a smaller subnet, perfect for organizing about 250 resources. Finally, why does this organization matter? Without it, the cloud becomes a chaotic mess where private and public addresses clash, and your data packets simply won't arrive. By using subnets and international standards like RFC 1918, Azure creates an organized postal system. This prevents crosstalk and ensures that every envelope of data arrives exactly where it's supposed to go. Now that you have your private office set up in the cloud, it's time to build bridges to the outside world. Azure gives us 3 primary ways to connect resources, depending on your needs. First, we have VNet peering. This is the high-speed tunnel. If you have 2 separate virtual networks and want them to talk as if they were one, peering is the answer. It uses Microsoft's private fiber optic backbone, meaning your data stays off the scary public internet. It's the digital equivalent of knocking down a wall between 2 adjacent offices. Next is the VPN gateway, or the encrypted path. This is perfect for connecting a home office or a physical building to Azure over the regular internet. Since the internet is public, we use a shredder and sealer approach. First, IKE performs a digital handshake to agree on a secret code. Then, IPsec acts as an armored truck, carrying your encrypted data so no one can peek inside while it's in transit. Finally, for large enterprises, there is ExpressRoute, the private express lane. Think of the public internet as a road full of potholes and traffic. ExpressRoute bypasses all of that with a dedicated physical connection from your data center to Microsoft. It is faster, more reliable, and offers the highest level of security for your global digital highway. Think of your favorite bakery. If only one person is behind the counter, the line wraps around the block and the worker burns out. To keep things moving, you hire a team. Load balancing is the manager standing at the door, directing every customer to the next available worker. In Azure, we have a few levels of management. First is the Azure Load Balancer. It handles dumb traffic. It doesn't care what you're buying, it just sees a connection and sends it to a healthy server. It uses health probes to check if a server is still breathing. If a server crashes, the manager stops sending customers there immediately. Next is the Application Gateway, our smart manager. This balancer can read the URL. If a customer wants /images, they go to a server optimized for graphics. If they want /checkout, they're sent to a high-security payment server protected by a web application firewall. Finally, for a global bakery chain, we use Front Door and Traffic Manager. Azure Front Door acts like a global receptionist at the edge of the network, speeding up access and blocking global attacks. Traffic Manager uses DNS to guide users to the closest location, ensuring a user in Paris hits a London server instead of one in New York, drastically reducing lag. Welcome to a quick guide on Azure DNS, the service that functions as the Internet's phone book. First, we have public DNS, your world-facing name. This is how you host your purchased domain name, like www.mywebsite.com, mapping it to a technical IP address. Azure utilizes 4 different servers across North America, Europe, and Asia to ensure your site is found quickly. Next, we have private DNS, internal secret names. This service allows you to create custom names for internal resources that only work inside your virtual network, such as database.internal. It keeps internal directory information secure within your Office infrastructure. In summary, this layered approach creates the connected cloud, a robust digital ecosystem. We start with a foundation of a secure VNet and subnets, use IP addresses for identity, bridge connections via VPNs or ExpressRoute, and manage traffic using load balancers and DNS. This ensures your data moves exactly where it needs to go, quickly, safely, and reliably. Welcome to the recap of Azure Networking. We began with virtual networks, which served as your private foundation in the cloud, organized into subnets and guarded by NSG bouncers. To communicate, every resource used IP addressing, private for internal talk and public for the world. We bridged these networks using high-speed peering, encrypted VPNs, or the private express lane of ExpressRoute. To keep things running smoothly, load balancers and front door acted as smart managers, directing traffic to healthy servers globally. Finally, Azure DNS functioned as the phone book, translating human names into digital numbers. Together, these pillars built a fast, secure, and robust digital ecosystem.